الحمد لله رب العالمين والعاقبة للمتقين ولا عدوان إلا على الظالمين وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وأصحابه ومن دعا بدعوته واستنى بسنته إلى يوم الدين وسلم تسليما كثيرا. Amma ba'd. Surely all praises are due to Allah, the Lord of the worlds, and surely the best reward in the next life is for those who have taqwa. And surely there is no animosity except for the oppressor. And I bear witness Allah is one and has no partners. That Muhammad, the son of Abdullah, the servant and last messenger, and may Allah constantly and always send peace and blessings to Muhammad, to his family, his companions, and all those who call to his way, who practice the sunnah to the day of judgment. As to what follows, فَيَقُولُ الْحَقُّ سُبْحَانَهُ يَا أَيُّهَا النَّاسُ اتَّقُوا رَبَّكُمْ إِنَّ زَلْزَلَةَ السَّاعَةِ شَيْءٌ عَظِيمٌ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in the beginning of Surah Al-Hijr, or in the verse 22 of Surah Al-Hijr, tells us about the coming of the last days. And in the expression made by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in His divine way, from above the seven heavens, Allah gives us an advice which was good in the time of the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam, and is also good for us and will be important to the day of judgment. He tells us in the beginning of this surah, O people, fear your Lord, for the convulsion of the hour of judgment will be a terrible thing. And people have become used to seeing terrible things. We are seeing the changing of the atmosphere in front of our eyes. The ozone layer is being destroyed by our hands. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has allowed this to happen, and those who study the signs of the last day know it is a coming about of Qiyam as-Sa'ah. We have also seen large fires burning in Kuwait. Large fires that could be seen hundreds of miles, burning for months on end. We have also seen from a mountain coming in the Philippines smoke, which enveloped part of the atmosphere, and combining with the smoke coming from the wells in Kuwait, spread the smoke throughout the ozone layer, and so blocking ultraviolet rays of the sun, and thereby helping to cause a change in the environment, which is leading us toward the last day. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala speaks of the last day that the mountains will be like carded wool. You will see things not in a normal condition. And we are now beginning to witness the change in this. And so we see an-nar, the fire, ad-dukhan, we see smoke. We also see the widespread use of lies in order to fool the people, to take them off the path of Allah. We see lying becoming a science. And some of our people even, وَالْإِيَاذُ بِاللَّهِ, studying the science. This also is a sign of the advent of the coming of one of the signs of the day of judgment. Ad-Dajjal, the liar prophet. The person who would claim to be a prophet, claim to be even Allah, وَالْإِيَاذُ بِاللَّهِ, before the coming of the last days. And it is reported to us in authentic hadith that he would have the ability to bring a false reality to people, to make us feel that what he has is a paradise, and actually it is a blazing fire. And he would make us think that what Allah has, that what the path of Islam is giving, is a fire, and actually it would lead us to Jannah. We see in our times, and we see right here in the area that we are living in, that people are being fooled. thinking that because we have an overabundance of materials, thinking that because we have what appears to be a clean society, that we are in a type of paradise. And recently the report came from a young Muslim who was in one of the Muslim countries, where a Muslim argued with this Canadian Muslim, saying that no, America is the land of the beautiful. You are living in North America. It is the land of the free. It is the home of the brave. The Muslim who had experienced North America expressed herself saying, you don't know the reality of America, but our people are blinded. And that is an advent, that is a sign of the coming of one of the serious signs of the last day, ad-Dajjal. Now we find even in this society, wal-iyadu billah, that Qawm al-Lut, that the people who receive the worst punishment from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala are even moving on a governmental level. And they want pensions. They want benefits that we would have to pay with our hard-earned money to the Qawm al-Lut in order for them to continue their practices. And it is justified. This is one of the signs of the last days. And we have to begin to study these signs to know what it is, so that when it comes upon us, we will not be taken by surprise. We will not lose our faith and go off the path, thinking that we are following the right path, but actually we are going to a fire. O you who believe, the fall season is upon us. And people in this part of the world change their material existence. Work intensifies. School reopens. And people begin to look at their calendars and try to plan the year that is coming. In most cases, it is a material plan. How will I spend my time earning money? How will I spend my time paying for my home? What materials will I buy to clothe my body in the coming of the fall? How will I gain other material delights to protect me for the rest of the year? And we as Muslims have to ask ourselves, what is in our plan for the fall? Is the plan for the fall based on materials? Is the plan for the fall based only upon striving in this life, hayat ad-dunya, to increase the wealth in this life, to build a false sense of security around ourselves? Or are we putting in our intentions, spending time for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, spending time for the upliftment of Islam,